Anyone wants to share how is, because it's almost coming to an end, right? You have school from in 2, 3 weeks, right? For most of you. Time flies fast, huh? How many of you feel that summer vacation is flying quickly? Okay, so Dhruv said fun, great, fun, quick. Okay, nice. Very nice. I'm happy many of you had fun. Ishan, where are you traveling? Oh, I can't hear you.
I'm just coming home right now, Prabhu. I'm
Oh,
driving.
you're driving? You know how to drive?
No,
I don't know. You're in which grade?
I'm going to seventh grade, Prabhu.
So,
G.
in India, I was experimenting driving at seventh. In India, you can, experiment things. So, good. I see Avani has joined. Navya, Karina, Nena, thank you all for joining. Sorry, last 2 Sundays we couldn't meet, right? Because of travel and other things, and many of you were also traveling. But I'm very happy to see all of you, or almost all of you, have submitted your Dhruv Maharaj project. Okay, right? Is that correct? Give a thumbs up. Hmm? Okay, it's very good. Thank you. I can see how much dedication and hard work you have put in that, and how much creativity, especially. Like I was like amazed with the kind of creativity you have put and the kind of thought. It shows your sincerity uh, behind the scene. Now, today onwards, for next 7, 8 sessions, probably, we're going to talk a special story again from Bhagavatam about Lord Shiva, about Sati Devi, and about Daksha. And not only we talk about the story, we learn many, many great lessons also. Hmm? Has anyone at least a little bit heard about this? Some of you? Nice. So we'll go in detail like how we spent 13 sessions in the Dhruv Maharaj story. So maybe not 13 sessions for this one, but we'll at least spend 5 to 7, 8 sessions. Is that okay? From today's class onwards. And also, Vedahi and Sampada are trying to upload all the sessions, or sorry, all the projects on YouTube. So some of you submitted very recently, so those will be also getting updated soon. And then you will all have access to all the projects in one go, which will be easy and I think a good idea for future also. So even when after 10 years you are in your 20s and you see, oh, look what I did 10 years back, right? Won't that be amazing? How many of you felt that, oh, I did this like 5 years back, oh, I did this like 10 years back? Hmm? Has anyone felt that kind of? Because I sometimes watch the recordings from 5 years back and I see all of you and you look like babies. Now many of you are in teenage. Many of you, so have been joining this for 4 or 5 years and it looks so much different, but at the same time it looks so happy to, and it's a it's it's a great achievement for all of us, right? Together to practice bhakti together, to share Krishna consciousness in a very fun and joyful atmosphere. Okay? And the most, how many of you have updated that activity chart? You remember what I'm talking about? There were like about 30 things, like to do, neutral, or have to do. Okay, for those who have not done, I understand summers, travels, all that. Can you please do that? It will take only 5 minutes, 5 to 7 minutes. It won't take more. So please do that. We'll share the link again in case it has gone um, from the visible list of messages. So please do that after the class or tomorrow whenever you get chance. Okay, so let's chant one round together like we do always, and then we will start with our study. And since Vinita is out of town and won't be back for a few weeks, maybe one of you, if you would like to make Kahoot, um, since she was leading that service for a few weeks. If Dhruv, would you like to make Kahoot? Okay, thank you. Okay, so let's get our Japamala, move our jaw, and move our paw. And sincerely pray to Lord Krishna so that we can remember him. We can pray to Lord Krishna. Although most of us put this as in like have to do. But in life, there are certain things which we don't like, but it's very healthy for us and it's going to help us long term, right? Shreyas and prayas. So this is Shreyas. It will help us to focus our mind. It will help us to connect with Krishna, and it will help us to achieve real happiness because Krishna is the source of all happiness. So let's begin. You can also unmute. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashchat Deshitarini Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivas Adi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram, Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Ram Ram Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram, 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 Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Ram,
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 Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Ram, 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 Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Ram Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Ram, Ram Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna, Hare Ram.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Nama Om Vishnupadaya, Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale, Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatadeshatarine Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yatkripatamaham Vande Shri Guru Dinatarinam Paramanandamadanam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopishna Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastate Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Om Agyantimirandasya Gyananjana Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna, dear worshipable devotees, friends, Vaishnavas, thank you so much for taking out your most valuable time on Sunday evening. Today is the July 27th. I'm so grateful to have your association. I see Vedahi, Pari, Dhruv, Avani, Ansh from Tampa and Ansh from Lachua. Both are present. Haribo. Ishan, Lakshay, Bionto, Navya, Kabir. Thank you for keeping your cameras on. Means a lot. And I also see some names. Karina, Nimai, Vedant, Naina, Ovi, and Shlok. Thank you for joining as well. If you're in a position to turn on your camera, it's very helpful and it helps both ways. So I believe you're all having a fun time in your summer vacation, doing a lot of things with family, friends, academics, sports, travel, leisure, recreation, and whatnot. And you're also balancing so nicely your spiritual side of things, and that's why you're here. I'm so grateful. So let's begin the special story of Lord Shiva, Sati Devi, and Daksha. These are the main characters in this story. Like in the Dhruva story, the main characters were Dhruva, Su, Niti, Suruchi, Uttama, Uttanpad, Narad Muni, right? So it's good to know the story from a high level first, and then as we go deeper, we'll try to understand more what's in the story. Shall we begin? What do you all say? Everyone ready? Okay, let's begin. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Srimad Bhagavatam is the essence of all the scriptures, right? Srimad Bhagavatam is called the ripened fruit of all the Vedic literature. How many of you love mango? How many of you like mangoes? Almost everyone, right? Imagine a mango. How many of you like the job of peeling the mango? How many of you wish the mango didn't have seed? It'll be so nice to just eat it, juicy and right. You don't like the seed. Sometimes those fibers get stuck. How many of you felt that the fibers getting stuck in the teeth, right? So now imagine the fibers get stuck. We don't like feeling. We don't like the the seed inside. The Bhagavatam is like a mango smoothie. It's a ripened fruit. It's a very ripe and juicy. Imagine a mango without the seed and without the skin. It's just pure nectar. And it has how many cantos? How many cantos Bhagavatam has? 12 cantos, right? The stories of Lord Krishna, the stories of his great devotees like Dhruva, Prahlad. By the way, talking about Prahlad, do you know there is a new movie has been launched, right? Okay, so it's a very devotional movie, and Dhruv is very, very excited. I heard it's getting released in next week or in a few days here. I don't know if our town or city will have that. I don't know all the details. I've never been to a theater in ages, maybe 10, 15 years. I don't recall when was the last time I went. Okay, Ansh has some news. Okay, you all are up to
think
date.
it in the trailer it said it would release July 25th, but it's July 27th.
Yeah, July
I don't
25th in India, it's already released, and but in other countries like US and
Yeah,
other,
it said worldwide release in the
okay,
trailer.
maybe I'm not up to date. That's okay. So yeah, if you get chance, if your city has that facility or whatever way, and if you want to watch it with family, friends, devotees, community, by all means, this is something which many devotees are also giving approval, like His Grace Amoglia Prabhu and many others are. And this person who directed also is a very nice devotee. So it's in 2D, 3D both. So it will be a fun thing to do, and it will be spiritual as well. And I'm sure you'll all love to do that with family, friends, devotees, etc. So you can plan sometime whenever it's accessible to you all. Okay. So Dhruva, Prahlad, and there are many stories about Pandavas, about, you know, then there is also story. Lord Shiva is also one of the main characters of Bhagavad. So this story comes in Canto 4. Okay. And it covers almost 7 chapters. Hmm. So as we saw that Prahlad Maharaj and story is also multiple chapters. Dhruv Maharaj story also was almost like 5, 6 chapters. So even this story also has many chapters. Okay, beginning from chapter 1. So we will begin from Canto 4, chapter 1. And by the way, Bhagavatam has 10 topics. Okay. How many main topics Gita has? Anyone knows? 2, 3, 4, 5. You have options. 3, 4, 5, 5. Many of you are saying 5. Okay. Can you all write it? Type it. What are the main topics of Bhagavad Gita? Okay, and I'll just jot down. You can speak also, please. The speaking is allowed in this class. Just in case if you thought it's not. You can speak also if you can unmute. Okay, or let's put it this way, 5 main topics of Bhagavad Gita. Ishvara or Paramatma, very nice. Someone said Ishvara, Jiva. Jiva is basically the soul, right? Who am I? Bhagavad Gita tells us about that. Hmm? Prakriti. Someone said Prakriti. Very nice. Prakriti is what? Material nature, like material nature, the modes, three modes, etc. Time or Kala, very important. Someone said, good job. Self. Self is basically soul. Yeah, don't use reply to me only because Zoom has changed things, and now if you reply to an individual, it just goes in a different chat. What else? Karma or actions. What kind of actions lead to what kind of results? Transcendental action. And the topmost is Paramatma, Paramatma or Super Soul. In short, Supreme Personality of Godhead to know about Krishna. Very nice. Now the next question, how many topics, main topics, Bhagavatam has? The, hmm? Anyone knows? Yeah, type in, everyone type in. Yeah, you have. I'll give you options also. 8, 9, 10, 12. Oh wow, many of you are saying 12, 10, sorry. I hope you're replying with your intelligence, not AI. Okay, 10 topics. So 10 main topics. Huh? Anyone knows what are they? Anyone knows? Little bit? Maybe you can do this research. Huh? Sarga, Visarga. So creation, primary creation we can say, and secondary creation. And different, although these topics are dealt in different chapters, Sarga Visargashta, Sthanam Poshanam Murtaya, Mantvantara Ishanukatha, Nirodha Muktirashraya. All these are 10 topics. There's a verse also. You can easily do your homework and try to build upon this. But Canto 4, all these topics are in almost all the chapters, but each topic is primarily, or each canto primarily focus on some topic. And Canto 4 focuses on Visarga or secondary creation. That means the expansion. So who is the secondary creator? Krishna is the primary creator, right? Who is the secondary creator? Yes, Avani?
Brahma.
Lord Brahma. Yes. Very nice. So he has the important task or responsibility for creation. And who can tell the name of the son of Brahma? Anyone? There are multiple sons. Anyone knows one name? We recently read in the Dhruva story also. Yes, Dhruv?
Narad Muni.
Narad Muni. Okay. Manas Putra. We can give you the credit. But the Swayambhu Manu, right? Swayambhu Manu, the son of Brahma. So now, or although Lord Shiva also in one way is the child. So this theme or this Canto 4 talks about Brahma's creation. Therefore, it is called Visarga. So now we'll do some reading also and we'll do some analysis. So the first chapter is genealogical table of the daughters of Manu. Which Manu is it referred? Swayambhu Manu, who is the son of Brahma. Okay. Sri Maitreya. So the conversation is happening between Maitreya and Vidura, right? Who is speaking? Who is inquiring? Like in Bhagavad Gita, who is giving answers and who is asking questions? You all know that? Krishna is giving the answers. Krishna is the senior, he's the guru, and Arjuna is inquiring. In Bhagavatam, there are multiple pairs. It's like story within the story. One pair is Parikshit Maharaj and who knows? Yes, Vedi?
Shukdev Goswami.
Yes, Shukdev Goswami. Excellent. Hmm. So who is the guru? Who is the student in that pair? Right? Parikshit Maharaj is the student, right? He is inquiring, right? And then the other pair is Maitreya Muni to Vidura. Hmm? And then there are others also, actually, but for now, this is fine. So, Sri Maitreya said, Swayambhu Manu begot 3 daughters in his wife Shatrupa, and their names were Akuti, Devahuti, Prasuti. There are a lot of names are going to come. If you remember some, that's fine. If you don't remember, that's fine. So Akuti had 2 brothers. In spite of her brothers, Swayambhu Manu handed her over to Prajapati Ruchi on the condition that the son born of her will return to Manu as his son. Hmm. Okay. So there is some description here about Swayambhu Manu and his sons and daughters, etc. Swayambhu Manu's 2 sons, Priyavrat and Uttanpad. So here is a kind of a map which helps to understand a little bit the Swayambhu Manu's dynasty. So 2 sons and 3 daughters. How many of you know this name? We have read about this, right, in the previous chapters, correct? Dhruva, etc. And Kapila Muni and, right? You remember Kardam Muni and Devahuti? So Kardam Muni was married to Devahuti and their son was Kapila, who was none other than the Supreme Lord himself. Okay? And then Priyavrata was the other son, who basically, initially he retired. Okay. So we'll go a little fast. Kardam Muni's daughter Kala. Okay. How many verses are there? This I will go a little fast because there are a lot of names and it's a 3 and this is not like the main thing which we want to focus on. Lot of names, Gati, and if you want to read, you can read on your own, but I showed you the chart. Okay, so here it's important now. So another of Manu's daughter named Prasuti married the son of Brahma. Brahma had many sons. One of them was Daksha. So Manu's daughter. Manu had how many? So Prasuti, Akuti, Devahuti, and Prasuti. So Prasuti married whom? Prasuti married Daksha. Okay. Now Daksha begot 16 beautiful daughters like eyes, with lotus-like eyes in his wife Prasuti. So this is important to know now. Okay. So Prasuti was the daughter of whom? Out of the 3 daughters, Swayambhu Manu had 3 daughters, right? Akuti, Devahuti, and Prasuti. So Manu or Swayambhu Manu's daughter was Prasuti. Prasuti married whom? Lord Brahma. Sorry, not Brahma, son of Lord Brahma, Daksha, son of Brahma. And P and D had how many daughters? 16 daughters. One of them was named Sati. So now you know the connection. Does it help? Like, are you all following? Like, I skipped a lot of names because I didn't want to like overcomplicate things, but at least this part is important. Is everyone following? So Manu's one of the 3 daughters. Okay? And by the way, you may wonder what will happen if I understand who's father, who's mother, who's daughter. And if you're wondering about that, here is a very nice verse. Anyone who hears the description of this dynasty with faith will be revealed from all the sinful reactions. Isn't that amazing? If we hear about their, like their kind of family tree, and if you want to do a project, you can make a family tree of this, right? That's an interesting thing to do also. And it's already kind of a little bit done here as well. Okay, so Prasuti's branch here. Okay, now this was just the background. I hope you get till this point. Now let's read. Okay, who's going to read from here? Yeah, raise your electronic hand, and as your turn comes, you can put it down, and then most of you will get a chance to read. Okay, Navya, and then Ansh.
One of the remaining 2 daughters was given in charity to Pitraloka, where she resides very amicably, and the other was given to Lord Shiva, who is the deliverer of sinful persons from material entanglement. The names of the 13 daughters of Daksha, who were given to Dharma and Shraddha, are Shraddha, Maitri, Daya, Santi, Tusti, Pushti, Kriya, Anati, Buddhi, Medha, Titiksha, Hri, and Murti. These 13 daughters produced the following sons. Shraddha gave birth to Subha, Maitra produced Prasada, Daya gave birth to Abhaya, Santi gave birth to Sukha, Tusti gave birth to Madha, Pusti gave birth to Smeya, Kriya gave birth to Yoga, Onati gave birth to Darpa, Buddhi gave birth to Artha, Medha gave birth to Smriti, Diksha gave birth to Shima, and Hri gave birth to Prasaya. Murti, a reservoir of all respectable qualities, gave birth to Sri Narayan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Thank you.
The occasion of appearance of Narayana, the entire world was full of joy. Everyone's mind became tranquil, and thus in all directions the air, the rivers, and the mountains became pleasant.
Okay, so let's write this down also. So there were how many daughters? Prasuti and Daksha. Basically, Prasuti. How many daughters were there? 16. 13 were given to, one of them was Sati, married to Shiva. And by the way, word Shiva means auspiciousness also. One of them, one of this given to Pitra Loka. One was given to, someone else will see, and 13 to Dharma. Right? These 13 names are mentioned. So 13 were given in marriage to Dharma, 1 to Agni, okay, 1 to Pitra. So 13 plus 3. So Sati was given to Shiva. That's the part you need to at least remember. And Narayan Rishi, right? We also hear about them. So now, yes, Dhruv, then Avni.
In the heavenly planets, bands begin to play.
and they showered flowers from the sky. They pacified sages and chanted Vedic prayers. The denizens of the heavens, known as the Gandharvas and Kinnaras, sang. The beautiful damsels of the heavenly planets danced, and in this way, at the time of the appearance of Nara Narayan, all signs of good fortune were visible. Just at that time, great demigods like Brahma also offered their respectful prayers.
Very nice. Next.
The demigod said, "Let us offer our respectful obeisances unto the transcendental personality of Godhead, who created as his external energy this cosmic manifestation, which is situated in him as the air and clouds are situated in space, and who has now appeared in the form of Nar Narayan Rishi in the house of Dharma."
So you see, this is no ordinary family. Kapil Muni is born, Narayan Rishi. So they are the expansion of the Supreme Lord, right? So all the demigods are showering flowers. So Maitreya told the demigods were worshipping with prayer the Supreme Personality of Godhead as the sage Narayan, right? Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayam mudiraye. How many of you know this verse? Many of you know this verse. That's nice. How about, okay, so since we're talking about the birth of Narayan, who is the father of Narayan, Rishi? In the house of, you just read, he was born in the house of
Dharma.
Dharma. Yes. And let's try to understand if we can recall the mother also. Murti. Murti gave birth to Narayan. Murti and who? Murti and who? Dharma.
Dharma.
Okay. So now you know something more about Narayan Rishi, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So this is a great lesson here, my dear friends. We can write here appearance of Narayan Rishi. So although we are saying father was Dharma, but we all know that that's his Leela. Like Nanda Maharaj is the father of Krishna, but ultimately the Supreme Personality chooses. So you can try to remember this verse 1.2.4, very important verse, and let's read it. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayam mudirayet. This will be our memory verse also. So we'll make a separate file here for this verses, or you can continue in the same file where we are like compiling all the verses. So this will be the verse to remember for today's class. And many of you already know it, but now you know more connection about, like when we talk here, Narayanam, Nara, Chaiva, Narottamam. I hope now it will help to better understand. Yes, Vedi, you want to read the translation here?
Before reciting the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is the very means of conquest, one should offer respectful obeisances unto the personality of Godhead Narayan, unto Nar Narayan Rishi, the supermost human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and unto Srila Vyasadeva, the author.
Offering respect to the Supreme Lord Narayan and Narayan Rishi, the supermost human being, the goddess of learning Saraswati, and who else? Who's the fourth one? Vyasadeva, the author. Will everyone try to remember this verse? Please try. Okay. Many of you already know, which is nice. This is spoken many, many times, or almost every time when the Bhagavatam is recited. So when the Lord appears, everything was very, very auspicious, right? Everyone's mind was happy, tranquil. The air was very nice, the rivers, everything became very, very pleasant. All signs of good fortune, right? Everyone is offering prayers and there is all good aura. Because the Supreme Lord has appeared in the house of Dharma. Now, it continues. The Lord glanced upon them means all the demigods, etc., and then departed for the Gandhamadana hill. The Nar Narayan Rishi, who is the partial expansion of Krishna, has now appeared in the dynasty of Yadu and Kuru in the form of Krishna and Arjuna to mitigate the burden of the world. Now you know more about Nar Narayan Rishi here. There's one devotee also in Fort Lauderdale. His name is Nar Narayan Rishi Prabhu, right? Isha? So
Yeah.
now you can tell him or you can talk to him more about Nar Narayan Rishi Prabhu or like this supreme expansion of the Lord.
Yeah.
So in Yadu dynasty, in this period, Krishna and Arjuna has now appeared in this dynasty. Okay, now about the others. The predominating deity of fire begot in his wife Swaha 3 children, Pavaka. So 49 fire gods. Okay. The 16th daughter, whose name was Sati, the wife of Lord Shiva, she could not produce a child, although she was faithfully engaged in the service of the husband. Okay. Next, Karina.
The reason is that Sati's father, Daksha, used to rebuke Lord Shiva in spite of Shiva's faultlessness. Consequently, before attaining a mature age, Sati gave up her body by dint of yogic mystic power. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. So who is speaking this chapter to whom? Who is speaking this to whom? You just in the beginning did that. 2 pairs, Parikshit and Shukdev. That's not. What's the other pair? Maitreya and Vidura. So Maitreya Muni is speaking. Now Maitreya Muni wraps up this chapter and quickly mentioning, the reason Sati could not have a child because what happened? She gave up her body because there was some conflict between Daksha. Who is Daksha to Sati? The father. There's a conflict between the father and the son-in-law, right? And Maitreya Muni completes this chapter. But Vidura, who is hearing inquisitively, asks, yes, Pari? Next chapter now. Daksha curses Lord Shiva. It is how many verses? 35. Okay.
Vidura inquired, why was Daksha, who is so affectionate towards his daughter, envious of Lord Shiva, who is the best among the gentle? Why did he neglect his daughter Sati?
So Vidura is now asking question, what was the conflict? He completed this in one line, and Vidura is very, very inquisitive because he wants to know in more details, attention to detail. He's hearing very with rapt attention, although there were like hundreds of names in the last chapter, but he is 16th daughter, Sati, did not have a child, and why she did not have now? Now the next few chapters will be the expansion of the last verse in the last chapter. What was the issue? Lord Shiva, who is the spiritual master of the entire world, actually. He's Vaishnavanam Yatha Shambhu. tell me something you know about Lord Shiva or you like about Lord Shiva or anything in connection to Lord Shiva. Everyone, please share something.
He was born is celebrated as Shivratri.
He was born on Shivratri?
I think so. I may not be right.
I thought that the marriage happened between auspicious. The marriage between Shiva and Parvati is the day of Shivratri, I believe.
Oh, sorry.
Greatest devotee of Lord Krishna. What else? So that's a very important point. Lord Krishna is the greatest devotee, Vaishnava Yatham Shambhu. Okay, he broke the fall of Ganga, or he held Ganga on his head. And one of those name is Ganga Dhara. Who can hold? His name is also Nilakantha. Why is he called Nilakantha? Yes, Pari?
It's because of his like color of his throat.
It was, sorry?
It's like the color of his throat, like when he has a
Yeah, that's a literal meaning. Nila means blue and Kantha means throat. So why is the throat blue?
It was something like the ocean of milk. I think was it that I kind of forget but the story, but I think you like drank some of it or something, or something like, or I don't actually remember that much, but
Yes, he drank the churning, the poison from the churning of the ocean. Hala hala. Hala hala. So that's one reason his throat went blue. But the other reason is he's always chanting the name of Blue Lord or Blue Boy. Who's the blue boy? Krishna, the blue. Okay, very nice. In charge of destruction. Okay, good point. Guru of all. All means even ghosts, goblins. Who would like to be with ghosts and goblins? Anyone? But he is teaching them bhakti. He's teaching them, right? He is very, very renounced also. Does he live in a palatial building? Right? He's Ashutosh, right? He is also called Dhamapala, right? That means he is the gatekeeper of holy dhams like Vrindavan, Jagannath Puri, Mathura, etc. Yes, Dhruv?
He's like the master of tamas, but he's not affected by it.
In charge of destruction. Okay, so the master of tamas. Yes. He's the husband of Sati, Parvati. Okay, these are very nice things about Lord Shiva. And what should be our mood towards him? What should we? He's the one who gives benedictions also, you know. I'll tell you a Lord Shiva story. How many of you have heard some Lord Shiva stories, right? That he can be easily pleased. He's Ashutosh. Ashutosh means one who is easily pleased. So one time there was a thief. How many of you have given water to the Shivlinga, by the way? Anyone has given? Raise your hand at some point or other in your life. Okay, good. That's absolutely fine, right? We are allowed to do that if we have the right mood of asking more bhakti from Lord Shiva because he's the best devotee, right? A selfish mood is give me house, give me car, give me this, give me that, right? But or give me something chocolate, bike. But a pure mood is give me pure bhakti, give me Vrindavan. So one time someone was offering, some Belapatra. Lord Shiva likes Belapatra and milk and all that people were offering. But one day, one person came to the temple and he he had a desire to steal that bell, that brass thick bell, right? I mean, in some Indian temples, you go, it's a very thick bell and tongue, right? It's heavy, right? It's metal and it's heavy. So this guy who was a thief, he stepped on the Shivalinga like a ladder or like a stool to catch and reach out that bell. And Lord Shiva appeared. And Lord Shiva said, and he was like, what do I do now? I am like lost. Like he had never imagined that Lord Shiva would appear. So now he's in like scared, please forgive me, please forgive me. I'm like he's like shivering what to do. But Lord Shiva said, I'm very pleased with you, Tathastu. What do you want? He said, why are you pleased with me? I came with the agenda to steal the bell here and offended you by stepping on you. He said, people give me some leaves, people give me some water, some milk, something. But today you gave yourself to me, right? You basically gave yourself to me. I'm very pleased with you. So Lord Shiva, is very, very, very pleased. Another interesting story of Lord Shiva. One time, you know, Lord Shiva Parvati, Lord Shiva is in Kailash, right? So Lord Shiva in Kailash, Mother Parvati said, look at your followers. They have big, big house. Like Ravana also was worshipping Lord Shiva. You remember? You have seen that in picture or heard in the Ramayana. He was also, your followers have such big house and big cars and this. But look at you, you don't even have a thatched hut, right? Why don't you make a house for us? He said, like he can make millions of houses for himself. He can make a house of gold or whatever, pearls. So then they made a house for Parvati upon Parvati's request, and then did a housewarming. And then even housewarming, they invited different people, brahmanas, and this. So some came, and Lord Shiva and Parvati gave them some gold, some silver, some other gifts, etc. And then everyone left, and then finally one brahmana came, and he said, "Okay, Lord Shiva said, what do you want?" I said, "Oh, your house, it looks very nice. Can I get that?" Now imagine you invite a guest for a housewarming and the guest and you ask guest you need something. What would you expect? Maybe some water, some food, some banana, apple, or maybe some gift card, right? But the guest says, "Oh, I would like to get this house as gift." And Lord Shiva said, "Okay, you take it. It's Lord's plan. We'll go to Kailash back again." So this is Lord Shiva. He's very, very humble, the best of the devotees, very, very renounced, and the greatest of all, the devotees. So, a little bit about Lord Shiva. So now, how can there be a conflict? This is basically Vidura's question. My dear Maitreya, to part with one's life is very difficult. How many of you agree with that? Like basically Sati gave up her life. It's very difficult. Kindly explain to me what was the situation, how such a son-in-law, such a great son-in-law like Lord Shiva, and a father-in-law like Lord Daksha, who is also the son of Brahma, could quarrel so bitterly that the great goddess Sati could give up her life. They were relatives, they are sons of Brahma, they are very, very noble. But see, this is a lesson also. Sometimes conflicts come up and it leads to bad results. If properly, if they're not properly dealt, misunderstandings grow, and it leads to bad consequences. Would Daksha be happy? after this outcome? Would Shiva be happy? No. But it happened. So therefore, Vidura is inquiring. Ansh, next. Oops, sorry. Text 4. Now the story begins. Once upon a time, or in a former time, the story begins. Yes.
The great sage Maitreya said, in a former time, the leaders of the universal creation performed a great sacrifice in which all the great sages, philosophers, demigods, and the fire gods assembled with their followers.
Very nice. So a great sacrifice has been arranged. Yes. Next, Ansh.
Daksha, the leader of the Prajapatis, entered the assembly, his personal bodily luster as bright as the effulgence of the sun. The entire assembly was illuminated, and all the assembled personalities became insignificant in his presence.
So we learned a little bit about Daksha, but we learned a little bit about Lord Shiva. Was Daksha an ordinary person? Daksha was not an ordinary person either. Let's understand. What do you know about Daksha? Can someone tell? Anything? Yes. Type in yes, Vedi, please tell.
He was another son of Brahma, right?
Son of Brahma, that's excellent. What else? Who else will share something? The word Daksha means expert. The word Daksha means expert. Expert in expanding generations, right? So many sons, children, and giving birth to sons and daughters, like who are giving birth to Narayan Rishi is no joke, right? So he was very high caliber also, or also called Prajapala. They would expand. They were like Raj Rishis. They would expand. He was a Grihastha. He was not like renounced like Narada. We don't hear the child of Narada, right? So it's a responsibility for the kings to expand in the Grihastha ashram. And who was the wife? We read just now. We read here, right? Prasuti, right? At least he could have more also. I don't know. But Prasuti was one of the wives. And he was highly respected also amongst demigods because he is Prajapati, right? Those who are expert in expanding the. So he is no ordinary Tom, Dick, Harry either. So when Daksha, the leader of actually he's not a Prajapati, he's the leader of Prajapati. He entered effulgence like the sun. Imagine. Effulgence like the sun. And everyone became insignificant. So maybe we can write these terms also for Daksha, right? He's not just Prajapati, he's the leader of Prajapati. Prajapati means the Prajaki, they kind of help in expansion, effulgent like the sun. So he's very, very influential figure, we can say, in the upper worlds. Okay. Now he enters the assembly. A great sacrifice is going on, right? All the demigods, fire gods are assembled. A great sacrifice is going on. And here comes the great leader of Prajapatis. Right? There's a sound. Here comes the Daksha Prajapati, the leader of Prajapatis. All the fire gods and other participants in the great assembly, with the exceptions of Lord Brahma and Shiva, gave up their seats and stood in the respect for Daksha. So what's happening here, my dear friends? What did we just read? Who will tell? Yes. Come on, come on. Everyone is hearing, right? Please engage, respond. What happened? What? Yes, Vedi?
They're all like in the assembly for the sacrifice. Daksh entered, and everybody except for Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva stood up like respectfully for him.
Yes. So what's happening? The great sacrifice is happening here, right? And all demigods, fire gods are present. And then Daksha enters. Everyone except Brahma and Shiva get up to offer respect. Now, let's talk a little bit about the culture of respect. If someone comes to like we are sitting, whom should we? And we are sitting on the sofa chair, and you see an old person or you see a senior person in 60s, 70s coming. What will be your response? Yes, Dhruv? Everyone can type in, so you'll all feel engaged. What will be your response? You have multiple choices. You said, okay, I have paid.
Get up. Like, just get up and offer your obeisances, maybe?
Get up and offer obeisance or offer, if it depends who they are, like if they're a stranger, we don't generally offer obeisance, right? Like imagine like if you're traveling in a train, right, or a public transport, we may at least offer the seat. If you're going in a public transport like a bus, will we offer them a seat if it's like a short ride? Right? It's a culture of respect. They're senior. They need that seat more than us, probably. Right? Or if someone is carrying a baby, or if someone is sick, right? Or if someone is respectable, we should generally offer our seat. Hmm? That will not make us weak, or that will not, it's a sign of humility. It's a sign of offering respect to other, respect to seniors, or someone comes home, right? And there are like 7 people and there are 5 seats or 6 seats, right? Generally, we'll allow the elders to sit first, right? So that's a good culture of respect. Now you tell me, who are the 2 people who didn't get up? Who knows the answer? Who are the 2 personalities who didn't get up? Nishti, Ethereal, who were the 2? Akshay, Pari, who were the 2 people who didn't get up? Okay, Navya,
Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva.
Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva didn't get up. What do you think? It's good on their part or bad on their part? Let's discuss. What do you think, Navya?
I think it's good.
It's okay? It's acceptable? Or is it a big deal that they didn't get up?
It's acceptable.
Acceptable? Okay, why is it acceptable?
Brahma,
Miss Mishti, why is it acceptable?
Because Lord Brahma and Shiva are like in a higher position than Daksha, so they don't
Brahma
have.
is higher than Daksha. What's the relationship between them?
It's like great grandfather or grandfather.
Getting there. Great grandfather, grandfather, father. Brahma is the father of
Daksha.
Daksha. So it's like your father comes from the office tired and Like generally the children should get up and offer a seat, right? But if it's vice versa, your father is sitting, you come from school, I mean, it's okay if he doesn't get up, that's fine, right? It's not a big deal. So that's what is happening here. Because Brahma is senior. Now, you said it's acceptable that Shiva didn't get up. Who will explain why? Are you getting my question? Yes, Kabir.
Because he had a higher position than he had.
Okay, that answer is correct. What was the higher position?
Guru of all.
Wow, that's quite good. Anyone else? Anyone else wants to add? Kabir, you are very rightly mentioned, and I'm very happy with your responses. Anyone else wants to add? Because technically he's what? He has multiple roles. Like sometimes, someone could be younger than us, but they deserve more respect. Is that correct? Give me an example where someone could be younger to us, but they are more praiseworthy, or they need to be respected. Give me an example. Yes, Pari?
I was thinking in real life, like someone is like someone younger than you has like accomplished like a higher achievement or something in school, like maybe I would respect them a lot more and like try to learn from them even though they're younger than me.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Perfect. Someone could be a 10-year-old, you are a 13-year-old, and that person has a Guinness Book of World Record for, something productive, right? And especially now, most of you are young in your 10s and 15s, but later when you are in 30s, 40s, the governor of the city could be 30-year-old, and you are 50 years old. Would you respect him or her? The president of the country could be 50 years old, and we may be 60 years old. Would we respect him or her, right? Not talking about current politics, but general, people need to be respected on multiple levels. So here, Daksha is what of Lord Shiva? What's the connection between them? The relationship. Only one person, two people know the answer, three, four. Everyone is hearing? Ishan, try.
I mean,
What's the connection between Daksha and Lord Shiva?
the connection between Daksha and Lord Shiva.
Okay, Ansh.
Isn't he the son-in-law?
Son-in-law, yes. Because Daksha's daughter, one of the daughters is Dash, who is married to Lord Shiva. So he's the son-in-law. So what's the name of the daughter? Please type in. Sati, yes, Sati. Very nice. All of you know the answer. This will be in your Kahoot also. So you better know it. Okay. So Lord Shiva and Brahma did not get up. Now, is son-in-law a higher relationship or a lower relationship? Son-in-law is basically like son, right? More or less, like daughter-in-law, daughter, no, not going in family things also. But it's daughter, son-in-law, lower, right? Everyone agrees? Brahma didn't get up, he's the father. Makes sense. Now, Daksha is feeling what? Daksha is feeling. Shall we read or shall we pause for the day? Clear the suspense. Okay, let's read a few more and then I'll leave some. Where were we? Who has not read yet? So we read till here, right? That these two people didn't get up. Yes. Next, who has not read yet and wants to read? Yes, Vedi, please. And then Nimai, your turn is next.
Daksh was adequately welcomed by the president of the Great Assembly, Lord Brahma. After offering Lord Brahma respect, Daksha, by the order of Brahma, properly took his seat.
Very nice. So Daksha was welcomed by Lord Brahma. Very nice. And Daksha took his seat. Nice. Yes. Nimai, then Ishan.
Next day. Yeah.
Yes, please.
Before taking his seat, however, Daksha was very much offended to see Lord Shiva sitting and not showing him any respect. At that time, Daksha became greatly angry, and his eyes glowing, he began to speak very strongly against Lord Shiva.
Ishan.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. All sages, brahmanas, and fire gods present, please hear me with attention, for I speak about the manners of gentle persons. I do not speak out of ignorance or envy.
Let's pause there. So what has happened? One person, according to Daksha, one person did not welcome him properly, right? There were 10,000 other people. They all gave respect. They all were welcoming him. One person did not welcome, and he's feeling what? What is the feeling going on? Type some feeling words. What's the emotion going on in Daksha's mind or heart? He's feeling offended. He's feeling disrespected. He's feeling hurt, jealous, offended, envious. Okay. See, mind is such a big thing. When we expect respect, even one person can cause so much pain. How many of you have felt this? You may get 99 good comments, but one person says, you go to, let's say, a friend's birthday, and your friend says, oh, your dress looks very nice. Oh, where you got your dress from? Oh, you look so beautiful. Oh, your glasses are so nice. Oh, your hairband is amazing. Oh, the color of your shirt is very good. And blah, blah, blah. 99 positive things. One person says, hey, you look like a buffalo. And we come back. What will we remember? Honestly, what will we remember? The 99 good things or the buffalo? One or two, right? We'll remember two. Isn't mind crazy? Like how it tricks us? Are you all getting? That's what happened to Daksha also. 99,000 people got up to give respect, offered prayers, and properly welcome. Okay, we get up. You are effulgent. You are great. You are our Lord. You are this. You are that. Swaha, swaha. Shower. Tathastu. Oh, welcome. Oh, great sage. Oh, great Pajapati. Please welcome. Come, come. Take your seat. What about this guy? This Shiva? Now, as you all mentioned, he was going through all these emotions, hurt, disrespected, ego, envy. But now, what is he saying? My dear friends, I'm not speaking out of envy. In Hindi, it's called Chor ki dadi mein tinka. Have you heard that? Like those who are at fault, they're speaking, oh, I didn't do this thing. I didn't make this, I'm not at fault. They're trying to defend themselves. They're trying to, like someone is shouting and angry and saying, oh, no, I'm not angry at you, but they're shouting. Oh, by the way, I'm not angry. I'm just speaking out of general behavior, the conduct, right? That's what he's saying here. Oh, Brahmanas, oh, sages, oh, fire gods, please hear me without tension. I'm speaking about good manners, the manners of gentle people, how they should behave. I'm not talking out of envy or ignorance. He's began to speak very strongly about Lord Shiva. He left no word to abuse, curse, criticize, offend Lord Shiva. Like, can you say like a shower, a whole like a hurricane of bad words, right? All the bad words he could get, he spoke. And that too, very strongly and very loudly. But he is defending himself. He's trying to justify himself. So there's a great lesson for all of us, right? Firstly, we should not expect respect. One person, this world is like that. If we feel that If we demand respect, we'll always be miserable. The more if we want to be unhappy, we should start expecting respect. People should give us respect. People should, value me, acknowledge me, how I am so good, etc. We'll always be miserable. Rather, if we get it, it goes to Guru and Krishna. If we don't get it, that's also fun. Because ultimately, if someone is respecting, oh, Ishan, you give very nice class, we should pass it on to Guru and Krishna. And if someone does not say, that's fine, we should not feel attached to it. But Daksha was attached, and therefore he started speaking bad to Lord Shiva. Any thoughts or comments? So what bad words he spoke, we'll talk about in the next class. We covered till text 9. We learned a little bit about the dynasty of Swayambhu Manu, etc. And we got till Sati, Shiva, Prasuti, and etc. And we also discussed Narayan Rishi, how they appeared from Dharma and who was that? Dharma and Medha, something.
Murti, I think.
Murti, yes, Dharma and Murti, Narayan Rishi. And you have one verse to remember also, Narayanam Namaskritya, Naram Chaiva Narottamam. And lastly, but not the least, I believe you have submitted your projects. If not, please do it by tonight. And if you have not yet done your activity thing, I still feel that some of you have not done it. It won't take more than 5 minutes. If you can do it, please, that would be great. Please take a few minutes of your time to complete that. And whatever, honestly, you're right, that's fine. It's not a way to evaluate anyone. It's a way to basically a self-reflective exercise. And all those links will be shared. Okay? Anything before we pause for the day? Everyone okay? Happy? So Janmashtami is also coming next, and Balram Purnima is coming. So I wish you all happy Balram Purnima and Janmashtami in advance, in whatever way you're planning to prep. That'll be very auspicious. So thank you, my dear friends. We'll meet next week and talk further. What did Daksha say to Lord Shiva? Right? So that's where we'll start. Hare Krishna, thank you. Have a
Hare
wonderful
Krishna.
good day. Hari
Okay.
Bol.